Hello.
Yo James, what's up bro?
Oh, my friend from the colonies. What a delight.
Really?
No, of course not.
I didn't think so. Anyways, how's it going? Keeping the empire together, aren't we?
Barely. But I'm doing what I can. So Mike, what do you want from me?
Well, it's about Celtic.
What about him?
I haven't heard from him in a long time.
Well, he said he was going to be busy.
Yes, I know he did. But that was many weeks ago, and not a word since.
How touching. You are concerned about him. I think I might cry.
Oh James, shut up. Like you weren't worried about that little punk yourself.
Well, alright then. What do you propose we do?
We go over there, kick his door in, and smack him around a little bit.
Fine. So be it. Don't forget to bring Melvin.
That little freak is actually here, playing some car racing game on my gaming rig. Say hello Melvin.
Hello Melvin.
Yes. That's him alright. What in the name of all that's holy happened here?
This place is completely trashed.
It's like a bomb went off.
And no sign of Celtic.
Yep. I looked everywhere. No sign of him.
I always knew that sooner or later, that little punk would get himself into trouble.
You might be right. What do you reckon happened to him?
Hard to say, though I have a few theories.
Please go on.
Okay, I think this here is one possibility.
Oh, that can't be good.
Do you really think that's what happened?
Well, it's either that, or this here.
Uh-oh.
Somehow I don't think so.
Why not? Then what do you say to the next one?
Ha ha ha.
Mike, really?
Well, okay. I admit that's a bit far-fetched. But I am going to give it one more shot.
Mike. You need help.
Okay, maybe this isn't what happened.
I'd say there is a good chance of that.
Guys, check this out over here. I think I found the last video that Celtic was working on. Maybe it'll give us a clue about what happened.
Okay, Melvin. I am going to make a spot of tea.
And I am going to put those fires out. Go ahead, Melvin.
Okay, here it comes.
Welcome back to the Celtic Files, everybody. I trust you all have been well. Today, I am bringing you a new episode of my analysis of fail videos. This video deals with the subject of capping. Capping is an essential part of the game, but it seems to carry a bit of a stigma. Capping is referred to as farming loser points by certain individuals. I am sure you all have heard the call in the chat for, don't cap, kill all. But on the other hand, capping is an important tool, and outright ignoring it can come back to haunt you. I have two fights for you that in my opinion are good examples for when capping would have put a lot of pressure on the opponent, but the players elected to don't cap, kill all. We begin with Coralia. It is a tier 10 game. My apologies for featuring the WT4 yet again, it's just that I am still grinding the WTE 100. Since this isn't really about the tank, I hope you can forgive me. Right. Standard battle on Coralia, and we are about 6 minutes into the game. The opponent is leading by 3 tanks at the moment. Our team is under pressure by an E75, a Tiger II, and a WT4. On our sides we have the Jack Panzer E100, a British FV4202, and a Rheinmetall-Borsig. I have not been terribly effective in this game thus far, but that will change. The Borsig gets the kill on the WT4, and that is very important. But now the Borsig is under fire, and he gets taken out by an enemy backshot, from stealth no less. Let's check out how the Jack Panzer E100 deals with the E75. The E75 is on very low health, and that's because moments earlier the Jack Panzer blasted the living crap out of him, leaving him on just 80 hit points. He takes him out. Our team has now successfully dealt with 2 of the 3 attackers, and that relieves the pressure on our base for the moment. I am moving in closer to the Tiger II, and the FV4202 is with me. Let me briefly remind you of the capping times in a standard battle. It's 100 seconds for one tank, 50 seconds for two tanks, and 3 tanks can fully cap in just 34 seconds. The opponent has 3 fast mediums, so this is something that makes me a bit uneasy. Right then. The FV has closed in on the Tiger II, and our Jagdpanzer has also taken aim. That's another kill for the Jagdpanzer. But the Batchat has struck again, and just taken out the British medium tank. By the way, the Jagdpanzer driver ends up with a blinder of a game. But my thoughts are focused on the Batchat. I think that he was on the hill in the southeast. From there, he was able to kill both our Borsig and the FV. If the Bat gets close to the WT4, he can easily take him out in one clip. So I must try to get vision on him to get the first shot off. The WT4 has excellent view range, but the Batchat is rather stealthy, so we'll just have to see how this plays out. As you can see, the entire northwestern part of the map is open. It's just me trying to provide some vision. The opponent's Object 416 and Batchat are currently unaccounted for, and that makes me more than a little nervous. If these guys rush me, I won't stand a chance in hell. I am backing up to get some vision in the other direction. If either of these guys is approaching from that angle, I will see them. Nothing. I am not liking this at all. I figure it is best to take another look at the center of the map, and I am forced to watch on, as OE100 gets battered really hard. I am feeling a bit useless here, but I also know that my position here can be very important for our team. There. It's happening. The Batchat has been spotted right on my 6 o'clock. Let me pause the video and show you the situation. The good news is that the Batchat is on less than 400 hit points. So that means they can take him out with one shot. But I have to assume that his drum is fully loaded, so I need to be very careful. At the same time, the Object 416 was spotted in the east. He has the back of our opponents, and that could be very bad indeed. The 416 is outer render range, but you can see his position on the mini-map. But where is the third of the opponent's mediums, the Object 140? He has not been seen for quite a while, and I can only hope that he has not teamed up with a Batchat. So the Batchat then. On which side of the rock will he appear? I am aiming at the middle, so I can quickly swing my turret around. I got him locked down. He won't be going anywhere. Hey, there's the 140. He's headed straight for our base. I am swinging the 12.8 around. Oh damn. I can't believe how close that was. Let me show you from another angle. That kill would have been so helpful, but it was not to be. Now I still have the Batchat to deal with. I have the sneaking suspicion that he is going to show up on the left side of the rock. If I am wrong, I'll be in a world of pain. Gotcha. Now I can breathe a sigh of relief. I am moving closer to our base, but I am also wondering why the 140 hasn't capped yet. The Object 416 is also not where he was a moment ago. He does not appear to be attacking our forces in the east. So is the 416 going to cap? And is the 140 going to join him? Questions. I am deciding to stay right here, let my camera kick in, and see what they are going to do. The 140 caught me napping. I am glad that the 12.8 did not let me down, and the snapshot found the target. From the looks of it, the 140 driver thinks I am somehow cheating. Not sure what he is on about, but it matters not. I am changing my position. The surviving Object 416 will have seen me on the mini-map, and I certainly don't want to remain in the position he has last seen me. So both the Batchat and the Object 140 did not cap, and they did not attack me in a coordinated effort either. They came at me one at a time, while being on low health. Trust me when I tell you, you don't mess around with it full health WT4 under these conditions. But what is the Object 416 going to do? I moved closer to my team, so that I can support them should the object attack them from the rear. Oh, there he is.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
Well, that could have gone better for him. The threat of the opponent's medium tanks has been neutralized, and now the rest of my team is going to duke it out with the opponent. They have a T-57 Heavy and an E-100. We have an E-100, an Object 268, and the Jagged Panzer E-100. Lots of big guns in play here. The fully loaded T-57 Heavy begins unloading on our Jagged Panzer, which is taking massive damage. Our E-100 bounces a shot against the T-57 Heavy, and is then taken out by the opponent's E-100. The T-57 Heavy has to reload its drum, and our Jagged Panzer takes on the E-100. That's dispensed with. The Jagged Panzer is now turning towards the T-57 Heavy, who will be ready to fire any second now. Our Object 268 is now also closing in on the T-57 Heavy. Both allies are one-shot kills for the T-57 Heavy. At the T-57 Heavy made a move towards the Jagged Panzer to get his side, he could have easily killed him, and then he would have but a good chance against the object. But he didn't, and that was the victory for our team. Let's take a brief look at the post-battle results. I didn't have a particularly good game, but I did take out the top 3 enemies. So I can be happy with the result. But a big shout out to everyone in the Jagged Panzer E-100. With almost 6,400 points of damage, 4 kills, high caliber and steel wall medals, he dominated the proceedings. That's a fantastic game, well played indeed. Now let us talk about where it all went wrong for the opponent. We are going to the moment where the bad chat had spotted me. At this point in my opinion, the opponent had 3 viable options. Option 1, win by capping. If all 3 medium tanks had entered the cap, they would have only needed 34 seconds to win the game. Not only that, I don't think our team on the east would have been able to make it back to our base in time. And as for me, I might have been able to reach the cap, but I would have been in a very poor position, driving uphill, and the poor depression of the cannon would have made matters much worse. In the second option, 2 of the medium tanks attacked the allies in a pincer movement, forcing them to fight a battle on 2 sides. This would have likely caused a lot of mayhem in the allied forces. The bad chat would have stayed behind, at least initially, to cover their mediums from my WT4. Finally, option 3. Here we have all 3 mediums going for my WT4, but not one at a time, but simultaneously. After finishing me off, they could have either capped or attacked our remaining allied forces from behind. But fortunately for our team, they elected to go with option 4, attack the WT4 one at a time, and fail to kill him. Of all possible actions they could have taken, this is by far the worst. To be fair, the 3 mediums were not part of the platoon, and proper communication isn't something pub matches are known for. Though all 3 players had good W and 8 ratings, so their choice is a bit baffling. Right, I have another example for you guys, why don't we take a look? So we are on Lakeville, and yet again I am in the WT4. This is a fast-paced battle. The fighting in the city is immense, as you're about to find out. First, let's take a look at the deployment of our team. We have a good amount of tanks headed for the city, but we have no one scouting the middle, and that's bad. I am also not quite sure if this is the best position for our T-95. I can only hope that he is not deciding to push forward, because on this off terrain, his already slow tank will be even slower. Alright, let's take a look at the center of the city, where our 2 bad shots have made contact with an enemy T-57 Heavy. There is additional allied support arriving, and I am getting ready to dish out some damage. I am getting the side of an E-100, and that's always nice. things are beginning to heat up in the city. There is an enemy bad chat. I had to rush the shot, and it did not connect. That bad chat is now causing a lot of trouble for our team. He is getting behind our forces, and I am unable to support my team. He is dishing out a lot of damage and completely throws off our team's defense. Thankfully, it didn't last long. But the opponent is also a T-57 heavy and an E-75 in position to attack our forces from the rear. I am getting the E-100 again, and now I am hoping that I will get some supporting fire on either the T-57 heavy or the E-75. Average damage roll on the E-75. He is falling back, and the T-57 heavy has taken quite a bit of damage. That's a dangerous enemy tank removed from the fight. However, things are not looking good for our team. The enemy is slowly overwhelming our forces. In quick succession, we just lost one of our bad chats and an IS-4. I am trying to line up a shot against the E-75. But the shot goes a bit high. The pressure is mounting on our team. I am having a go at the WTE-100. The accuracy of the 12.8 is on my side. Now check out this T-62A. He is completely oblivious to the enemy T-110E5. Even after he gets smacked in the side pretty hard, he does not handle his armor. He finally realizes the threat, but it's too late. The opponent has won the city and keeps pushing forward. Oh, there is a Death Star. That was close, but I got him. But there's nothing our team can do now. The opponent has wiped us out in the city, comprehensively. Our WTE-100 is reloading, and won't stand a chance. The opponent keeps pushing, and I recognize the opportunity. Clean hit on the side of the T-110E5. But it is at this point where things start to turn for the worse for the opponent. We have 3 artillery pieces, something the E5 seems to have underestimated. He has taken 2 big hits from our SPGs, leaving him in on 20 hit points. And then he pulls off this miracle bounce. Anyways, let's take a brief look at the tactical situation, at least how I see it. On our sides we have 3 TDs and 3 SPGs. One of our TDs is separated from the rest of our team. The opponent has a lot more tanks. They have 3 TDs, 3 heavies, and 1 artillery piece. The SPG is currently capping, and the E-100 is helping the enemy WT-4 against our T-110E4. The rest of the opponents are pushing forward. In my opinion, the opponent should have put more pressure on the cap, forcing us to make a move, and that would not have been easy for us, with a slow T-95 and a glass cannon. The city would have provided good cover from our arties, and they could have dealt with us in a more controlled manner. But perhaps because the opponent had just scored such a decisive victory in the town, their adrenaline was running at big high. So they keep on pushing. The E-75 shows the side of his turret. Well, if you extend such a nice invitation, it would be rude to refuse. Undeterred, the E-75 soldiers on. Guys, take a guess how long it's going to take him to realize that he's made a terrible mistake. Probably right about now. So the opponent just lost the E-75, as well as an M103. In the meantime, our T-110E4 has successfully reset the cap and taken out the opponent's SPG in the process. Unfortunately for him, the enemy E-100 has been paying attention and he takes out our TD. But regardless, the situation for our team is much improved. The scores are even, and the opponent's T-110E5 is comprehensively pinned down. It's just a matter of time before he gets spotted again. Our GW Tiger takes the shot, and he gets the kill. Well played indeed. Now the tables have turned. The hunters have become the hunted. But I need to be very careful, as there's still the Death Star lurking behind the house. He gets a shot off against RT-95, and my shot misses. That could have gone better. RT-95 is moving forward as fast as he can, which isn't saying much. But I am just glad that he is here. In the beginning I was worried about his positioning, but he reacted to the course of the battle, and got his tank where it was needed. I am still playing this cautiously. The Death Star can one-shot me after all. But now it is time to assist RT-95. While I am taking a bit of risk venturing out in the open, I know that I have not been spotted in quite some time. The Death Star will likely be focused on the T-95, at least that's my hope. And indeed his cannon was pointing at the T-95, so I had all the time in the world to make sure I take him out. So what's left is the enemy E-100. He is capping and thus giving his position away. Now it would have been a smart move to get off the cap and keep us guessing as to his whereabouts. The T-95 bounces off the strong armor of the E-100, and I do know better than that.
We didn't penetrate their armor.
High explosives would have done the job nicely, but wait a moment guys, was that actually a bounce? Did I just bounce an E-100 with my blast cannon? Let's take a look and find out. LOL. There must be one pissed off E-100 driver over there. The luck of the stupid was definitely on my side on this one. Anyways, time to wrap things up. I have loaded high explosive shells, and the E-100 won't be around for much longer. At this point during my review, I am realizing just how lucky we got to pull off a victory. But the thing is that during the fight, I didn't really think so. It all happened so fast, and that may also be the reason why the opponent kept on pushing forward rather recklessly. After crushing our team in the town, there may have been a sense of invincibility, and all caution went out the window. The prudent move would have been to apply pressure on the cap. But they didn't. Well, you won't hear any complaints from me. I walk away with an ace tankard badge, which is always nice. A little over 5k damage and 3 kills is a decent result for the WT4. But I also want to point out that 9 out of 30 participating tanks got over 2k damage, which is a good indication that this wasn't a one-sided affair. So what's the takeaway from all of this? No matter how heated the battle is, always try and find some time to analyze the situation. If capping is the right call to secure the win, it would be foolish not to. Whether or not you consider this farming loser points or not, there is a place and time for everything. In my opinion, both opponents in the two fights we have just seen could have won, had they put pressure on the cap. Huh. What the hell? What's going on out there? I don't like the sound of that. Jesus Christ, what the fuck do you want?
Holy fucking shit. Did you see that?
I don't believe it. Were those Russian voices?
You bet your ass they were.
It really looks that way. But what would they want with Celtic?
Exactly. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, he is a punk, sure, but this? Fuck. That just doesn't seem right.
We need to find him.
Damn right, and we will.
Yes, we will. We will find him.